Chompy Mage is one of the most iconic villains in Skylanders series. This may be because of his moveset, which includes his Chompy Bazooka, his roll attack, as well as his Acorn Blaster. Maybe his design, or that very beautiful he has. Going to the lore, he's raised by Chompies, and he learnt to embrace the way of the Chompy. According to his hand puppet, he was born in a Chompy pod. He appears as a boss in both Skylanders Giants and even though he uses the life element, he has a magma form, as well as a jumbo Chompy form. Whilst most other villains believed he was crazy, his ability showed him to be quite a difficult early game boss in Trap Team. He has a brother called Chompy Mage, who is similar to him, but with sheep based power, rather than Chompy based powers. Overall, I think Chompy Mage's main attack is very good. It has a lot of diversity, and it's quite powerful. Chompy Mage's main attack is called the Chompzooka. The Chompzooka will shoot his Chompies, which will stay and attack the enemy. The Chompies act as another protective shield for Chompy Mage. They tank big hits from large opponents, which would otherwise be inflicted to him. He can also charge up his main attack by holding down the selected button. When he does this, he fires his staff, and it later goes on to explode for a monstrous amount of DPS. Overall, I think the move is very diverse. It can be used in many ways, and it allows for Chompy Mage to have more diversity upon the other senseis. I feel like he's one of the best ones, and also a great Skylander and a great memorable boss. For Chompy Mage's secondary attack, he spews out acorns from his sock puppet. This puppet is arguably one of the best features about Chompy Mage, of course in my opinion. It allows for more humorous moments to occur and be shown in Imaginators and the previous games. But going back to his moves, his secondary is arguably his weakest attack. If you take his top half, which I did, it only deals around 70 damage, and compared to other moves, it just doesn't show his full potential. However, I can't speak about this move very in depth due to me choosing the other path, and obviously not experiencing its full capabilities, so don't take my word on this one. Moving on. Chompy Mage's third attack allows him to transform into a pile of Chompies, dealing significant damage to others whilst ploughing through them. It will continue going after you jump out as well, allowing you to do enormous passive damage with the Chompies surrounding the enemies. Moving on, Chompy Mage's Soul Gem ability allows him to jump and fling Chompies to become a distraction and a nuisance to others. This is arguably one of his best moves and allows Chompy Mage to be a force to be reckoned with, especially if you follow the top half of this moveset. Moving on to the Sky Chi. Chompy Mage, he hops onto his bazooka like a pogo stick. This is quite a funny Sky Chi, due to being so random. The sound effects it makes when it bounces are honestly really funny, and it's quite a high dealing Sky Chi, and it works with a lot of AoE, so in my opinion it's a great one, and Chompy Mage obviously perceives that Sky Chi in a very good way. The Sky Chi deals 140 damage per hop, and when the Sky Chi ends, he deals quite a large amount of AoE damage to finish off the squishy enemies like Chompies and other things, or large health enemies like the big sheep or little sheeps. Overall, I think the Sky Chi is good, one of the better ones on the Senseis. So let's move on to the final facts. And moving on to the final facts and overall description of Chompy Mage. Some cool things about him. Him and Painata are the only two senseis to slide on their behinds on grind sections, whereas the other senseis stun their feet. Chompy Mage is also a member of the Bazooka class, meaning he's a powerful long range weapon. The class only contains two senseis, so Chompy Mage is quite unique. The class includes both him and Flarewolf. So moving on to prices, Chompy Mage is a member of the Big Three. This includes Robo, Wildstorm and himself, the green variant. The green variant Chompy Mage is worth more because he's more scarce and was released as an Amazon exclusive, and now he's just harder to find because Jingle Bell Chompy is scattered everywhere. I have Jingle Bell Chompy Mage, but I'm not too bothered about getting the green one. I just prefer his design, and him being cheaper is an absolute steal. I think you should buy him for £15 to £25. I think he's really worth it for the Jingle Bell variant. I only really recommend getting the green variant if you're a hardcore Skylanders collector, or you can find him for a lot cheaper. But yeah, overall, I think Chompy Mage is a really solid sensei, and no, I don't think many others can compare to him in versatility and his use of different moves. All of his moves are solid, so again, I think he's great. Hey guys, This is my first video in the new series, Skylanders Explained. I'll go in depth on the Skylander highlighted in the video, such as explaining the movesets and lore, etc. I think I'm planning on releasing these around every week, so that'll be very cool. Also, for a chance to be featured in the next episode, I will let you put a Skylander in the comments section, and one of the lucky people will get their Skylander chosen, and I'll make the explained video on that Skylander. I appreciate you guys for watching, and goodbye.